Hi everybody, it's Beth Helvey with Couture Real Estate. I hope you're doing well today. It is Monday, January 9th, and we are going over the market stats. So it's Market Monday. We are doing stats in Sarasota Manatee County, and we are looking for on a weekly basis. What we're going to do here is we're going to see if we notice any patterns, any changes, any shifts as we go through 2022. We're going to go week by week, and then of course at the end of the month we'll do a month wrap up. Okay, so today we're looking at stats in the two counties from January 3rd to January 9th. We're going from Monday to Sunday. Okay, so in Sarasota County, there were 171 active properties, which is up from the last week of December, which makes sense because of the holidays. There were 272 properties that went pending. Again, that's also up. 209 properties sold, which means that somebody got a new house and somebody got money. There were 36 canceled and expired properties, which is low. And we have inventory of 0.82 months. And don't forget, a balanced market is 5 to 6 months of inventory, which basically means that there's enough sellers for buyers and there's enough buyers for sellers. That's what a balanced market is. Manatee County. There were 123 properties that went active, which again is up from the last week of December and makes a lot of sense. 215 properties went pending, 139 sold, 21 were canceled or expired, and there was 0.88 months of inventory. So we're pretty much neck and neck, Sarasota Manatee, as to how many months of inventory there is. And I'm hoping that as we go through January, we're going to see more of an increase. So we're going to pay attention and see what happens. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today also is when you cancel your listing, there are two conditions that you can cancel your listing, or two conditions within MLS. It is conditional and unconditional. When you have a listing with your realtor, you are under agreement, you're under contractual agreement with that brokerage that you will be their client and you will sell your property, and that brokerage will be the brokerage representing you, and of course they're going to get paid to represent you. Sometimes we cancel listing agreements, and there's all kinds of reasons why people do it, from health reasons to family reasons to sometimes people are not happy with their realtor. There's all kinds of reasons. And sometimes people are just kind of testing the market. We try not to do that, but it does happen. When you cancel your listing, there are two categories in which they go into MLS. There's conditional and unconditional. Unconditional means that as of the day you cancel it, the very next day, if you wish to list your property with somebody else, you can. It also means your phone's going to start ringing, because there are a lot of realtors out there who will call recently canceled and expired listings to try to list them again. Now, again, we don't have that many in the area. In Manatee County, it was 21, and in Sarasota County, it was 36. That's not a lot. So now, if you have a conditional cancellation, that means that you are still bound by the terms of your listing agreement. If you have a 6-month listing agreement, just for sake of argument, going from January 1st to June 30th, and let's say February 1st, you decide for whatever reason that you're going to cancel the contract, you approach your realtor agrees, you do the paperwork, your listing agreement is canceled, you are no longer selling your house. In a conditional release, you are still bound to that agent, which means that until June 30th, if you sell that house, then you owe your agent a commission. And I'm sure it's obvious why we do this is because there are people who will use realtors and use our marketing and use our market know-how and our skills to get themselves a buyer, and then they'll try to go around their realtor to deal with that buyer on their own, and then they're thinking that they can save themselves some commission while reaping the benefits of everything we bring to a sale. That's why there's a conditional. Now, sometimes that's not the only reason why a realtor would mark it conditional. What I've done for people is sometimes I will mark a property conditional, because then their phone doesn't ring. If we go off market on February 2nd and it's conditional, your phone will not start ringing on February 3rd, because if you have a conditional withdrawal from selling your house, it is against the law for realtors to call you and try to solicit your business, because you are still under contract to the original realtor and brokerage with whom you signed. So if you start getting those phone calls, call your realtor and let them know, and they'll make sure to put a stop to it, or at least they'll try to put a stop to it. So depending on your circumstances, depending on what you want, depending on what you and your realtor agree upon, you can do an unconditional withdrawal from listing, which means that you are free to sell your home the very next day if you want, and you do not owe your realtor anything, and your phone is going to ring off the hook. If you do a conditional withdrawal, then you are still bound but for the rest of the term of your listing agreement. You cannot sell your property until after that condition is removed. Your phone will not stop ringing. Your phone will not start ringing off the hook. And then it's a bit of a protection period for sellers, which is why I do that pretty often. If you have any questions on a conditional versus an unconditional withdrawal from listing, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And in the interim, we have a bit of a tick up in listings. Let's hope it continues on that way, because I think we're going to be really busy this year. Anyway, this is Beth Helvey with Couture Real Estate. I hope you're doing well today. Bye now.